today's video, we're going to take a look at some of the steps it takes to relocating to Cedar City to make the transition a little bit smoother for you. My name is Elizabeth Prisbrey. I'm with Stratum Real Estate Group. If you are looking to buy or sell here in Cedar City or really anywhere in Southern Utah, I would love to help you out with that. Please feel free to call, text, or email anytime. That contact information is down below in the description. Now, somehow you've heard of Cedar City. Maybe you visited Zion, Bryce Canyon, you've traveled here, maybe you've passed through, or maybe you have family members that live here, so you've had a chance to experience this town. Maybe you've never heard of Cedar City and you have to relocate here for work. Somehow you've heard of Cedar City and that has caused you to take a look at our town and see if it's the right place for you to live. So we're going to go through these steps from start to finish. This is what I typically see my clients do, or the process that they take when they relocate to Cedar City. Yours might not be exactly like this. However, you will see some of this that feels the same, but you may already be somewhere in this process. Now, the first thing my clients do is start researching the area. This likely is where you are at if you came upon this video. You may research community culture, employment here, cost of living, cost of housing. You may be looking into education for your kids or possibly even yourself. You could be looking into hospitals or what type of healthcare is available here. Or maybe recreational activities is where most of your research is going. In this research stage, you are diving into everything about the town so that you can get to know the area and make sure it's the right fit for you. Now, you likely started your search on Google or YouTube or some sort of social media platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, you dove in and you started doing your research to learn everything you can about this town. Now, I will say I've made a lot of videos about Cedar City, so you can actually dive into my channel and you can find videos about cost of living, education, community culture, recreational activities. There is a lot of information on this channel to help you research our area. What I really want to focus on today is where you are in this process and how I can help you move forward through it. Now, once people have dove into their research and they feel like they have a good handle on it, or maybe you haven't quite gotten there yet, step 2 is usually when people reach out and contact me. Now, this can be done through any platform. You can email me, you can call me, you can text me, you can reach out to me on social media, really any form, whatever you're most comfortable with. I accept and I will take. However, when people are reaching out to me, a lot of the time they're in different phases of the process. Now, this is the best time to reach out to me so I can help you plan and prepare for your future. Most of the time, people are in a different phase of the process when they actually reach out to me. Either one, you're just starting the process, you've just started the research, you're not finding on the channel some of the questions that you might have, and so you reach out and you just want a few questions answered. That's perfectly fine. If you're not ready yet, you can still reach out to me. Send me an email, ask the questions you have, I will respond, I promise you that. So don't hesitate, even if you are just in the starting phases of whether or not Cedar City is the right place for you and you haven't fully decided. Sometimes people reach out when they are here, they are visiting the town, and they are checking out the area to make sure that it really is the place that they want to be. Or 3, maybe you've already made the decision, you know Cedar City is the right place for you, you have a short time frame, and you are ready to explore the town and move forward in the process. Now, I have a few recommendations for these 3 stages. If you are just starting out, we already talked about, don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you have those questions, if you're a few years out, you just want the answers, please don't hesitate. You can leave a comment here and I'll respond to you, or you can call, text, or email me. I will respond. 2, if you're making sure the area is right for you, this is when you're coming as a visitor, as a tourist. When you come though, I recommend attending some of the town events. Plan your trip for a time when you know some of our activities here are taking place, whether it's the Shakespeare Festival, whether it's the lighting ceremony that takes place in the wintertime, whether it's the Renaissance Fair in the summer. Come and enjoy some of our festivities here because we are known as Festival City, USA, so you might as well see everything the town has to offer. This will give you a really good idea of our community culture here, and when you come, don't hesitate to talk with people. People are very friendly here, so it's a good idea to visit many restaurants, go into the different shops, walk our historic downtown of Main Street, visit the area, and have conversations with people here because you'll really get a feel and an understanding of what our community is like. This will help you decide if Cedar City is the right place for you. Maybe you go in, you have a conversation you don't like, and you decide, this place is not for for me. They're a little too conservative. Now, if you are on phase 3 and you have made the decision, this is when you are really going to dive in with me. Of course, I encourage you to reach out at all other phases so I can answer your questions and help you through the process. But if you've made the decision, this is when we are really diving into the process. So step 3, we're getting serious. We are diving in. You've called me, text me, or email me. Some way you've gotten a hold of me, we are going to have a conversation. But in this conversation, this is when I'm really going to want you to share quite a bit about yourself and your situation with me. We're going to define your search criteria. What is it that you're looking for as far as lot size, house size, bedrooms, bathrooms, garage, price point, what location of town. Cedar City is very diverse and very custom. You could be more on the outskirts and rural and have more acreage, have animal rights, very different feel than if you're closer to the center of town. You have neighbors all around you and you are a lot closer to shopping. So we'll have a good conversation about what you are actually looking for when you move to Cedar City. We'll also set a time frame. Maybe you're a month out, maybe you're 3 months out, maybe you're 6 months out. I have people reach out that are looking to buy a lot and build. And so you will want to reach out at least a year in advance if that's the route you are taking, so we can make sure we stay on your schedule or on your timeline. However, I have people reach out that have just gotten a new job and they need to get here right away, so we are moving pretty quickly. So we're going to define your search criteria, we are going to set a time frame, and then we're going to schedule a visit. Now, if you know you're coming, you know you're getting serious, please don't wait to schedule that time with me so that I can get you in my calendar and I can block that time off for you and make sure that I am available when you come. On this phone conversation, we will also determine what your financing is going to be. Are you going to be paying cash? And if so, you will need proof of funds, because when you come and you're ready to make an offer, we will need to submit that with an offer. Or maybe you're getting a loan and you'll need financing. We're going to want to connect you with a lender at this point so that you can take care of that process and you will have that pre-approval letter ready. So when you come, you find a home you love, we will have that ready to go so that we can put in an offer on the home that you love most. Now remember, this is all our planning and preparation stage. This is before you actually come for the visit. Now, after we've had this conversation, I will set up a search for you based on what you told me you are looking for. Sometimes we will go in and adjust this as you realize, okay, this search isn't working for me. Then we can make those adjustments to ensure that you are getting homes that you are interested in. I'll ask you to share homes with me that you like. You can either text them to me, email them to me, or just like the ones that I send you in the search so that I can get a feel of what you're most interested in and better help you while you are here. Now, step 4, this is your visit. This is the fun one. This is when we actually get to meet in person, we get to go around together, and we really get to spend a few hours together getting to know each other and finding that home that you want to move into. Now, prior to going out and searching for homes, I will need to get a buyer brokerage agreement signed. I must do this before any homes are shown. We can actually do this on a phone call prior to you visiting. We can do it through electronic signature and go through it that way. Or we can meet in person at my office and go through that in person before we head out. However, it does have to be done before I can show you any homes. When we meet, we will dive into this, go through every component so that you know exactly what it is that you are signing. Now, of course, before your visit, you've already narrowed the homes that you want to see and you have sent those to me so that I can schedule a route to maximize our time. We now have our buyer brokerage agreement signed and we are ready to go out and visit these homes. Now, you can either drive with me or you can follow me depending on the situation. A lot of people choose to ride with me so that they can get familiar with the town. We have conversations. I can point different things out in the area, and it gives us an opportunity to really get to know each other better. Now, sometimes people choose to follow me or they have to follow me because they've brought their pets with them. Now, as much as I'd love to invite your pets into my car with me, I keep it pet free because I bring so many people in my car and I want to make sure that nobody is exposed to any allergies. So sometimes I will have you follow behind me, but I will always give you the route that we are taking, the homes in order, so you have those in front of you just in case we get separated. So this day is really one of my favorites because we have that opportunity to engage with each other, get to know each other better. Most of the time, by the time we meet, you already know me, you already feel comfortable with me, but I have yet to learn about you. So I love this time I get to spend with you and engage in conversation. Now, as we're touring homes, I always recommend to people to keep really good notes, pros and cons of the home, home and then eliminate one of the homes. So if we go out to 2 homes, eliminate one of them and keep your favorite out of the 2. Then we go to the next one, eliminate one of those. It will make the process a lot smoother and easier for you, because sometimes when you're coming into town, we are seeing more homes than I typically recommend so that we can maximize your time. It really just helps you keep track of your thoughts. All right, we've spent several hours together. You have found the perfect home and you are ready to make an offer. What I'll do is I will run comps on this particular home for the area, meaning I will find comparable homes, what they sold for, so you have a really good idea of what you can go in and offer this home. Now, once you've decided what you want to offer, we will review the entire offer together. We can either do this on the phone or again back at my office before you sign it. Once you sign it, we will send this over to the listing agent with a time period for them to respond. Of course, depending on how you are purchasing this home, whether you are getting financing or paying in cash, we will either send with that a pre-approval letter from the lender or proof of funds if you are a cash buyer. And that's when the negotiating starts. Now, I try to preface with all of my buyers, this is an initial offer. This is a starting point. We are starting the conversation. A lot of the time, we will expect the seller to come back with a counter offer. So don't get stressed out. Don't feel bummed if they don't take your initial offer. The entire goal here is to come out of it with a win-win situation. I know you as the buyer want to go in and you want to win everything, but that is never a good situation. The seller wants to win everything. So unless we find an agreement where both the seller and you can be happy, it likely will not work out. So keep that in mind as you are coming in. Try to look at it from the perspective of if you were the seller and what you would feel comfortable with, while also trying to get everything that you want as a buyer. This is a negotiation process. We are looking for a win-win situation. Now, once we have an accepted offer, meaning we're through the negotiation, the seller has accepted our offer or we've accepted their counter offer, we are now in contract on the home. You might have left town. Don't worry about that. We can do most everything electronically, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to make the process and the transition smoother for you. I will be tracking deadlines. I will be tracking that paperwork. I will be making sure that your earnest money is secure. Once we are in contract, you will submit earnest money within 4 calendar days of that acceptance. Then we will receive disclosures from the seller telling us everything they know about the property. We will receive any CC&Rs that might be attached to the property or any HOA documents. We will receive a title commitment for the home. Now, we will have a due diligence time period where you can review all of the seller disclosures. This is also your opportunity to have the home inspected, check on any zoning, make sure you can get home insurance, anything you might want to look into to ensure that this really is the home that you want and that it fits all of your needs. If you decide to cancel the contract within this due diligence time period based on the findings that you found during your due diligence process, then we can cancel the offer and have that earnest money returned to you. Of course, we will dive into this deeper when we are working together, but just to give you an idea of what to expect. We'll also have a time period for financing and appraisal. This time period allows you to have the home appraised to ensure it will appraise for the price point that you are at, or hopefully even higher. And it also gives you an opportunity to ensure that you will get the funding for this home if you are getting a loan. Now, if you can't for any reason get the funding on this home, as long as we cancel this contract prior to that deadline, you will receive that earnest money back. However, if we get past our due diligence time period and we get past our financing and appraisal time period, that earnest money stays with the seller, so it becomes non-refundable. I will be here to track that and make sure you are well aware of when that money becomes non-refundable so that we can make sure we get everything done. Now, once we get through all of these, that is when we hit settlement. Settlement means that you have done everything that's required of you. You have signed all documents, sent all funds, the lender sent all funds, and the seller has signed everything. Pretty much everything is balanced out and ready to close. Closing, of course, is when it records with the county, and that's when you actually get your keys to the property. It has to be recorded with the county in your name, showing it is your home before you can have those keys. And I bring that up because of step 7. Step 7 is what you will want to do upon settlement. So upon that date that everything must be done. You will want to make sure that utilities are transferred into your name upon settlement. So let's say the settlement date is February 20th. You will want to make sure that all of those utilities, power, water, gas, are set to pick up in your name on February 20th. After that, the seller has no obligation to keep those on. They will shut them off and it will end up being a headache for you. So please make sure that those are transferred to your name. Of course, when we dive into this, I will make sure you have all of the contacts to ensure those are transferred smoothly. One thing I want to note though is that you cannot have the internet set up until you have closed on the home and you have keys to the property. You will need keys to give them access to the property to come in and do what they need to do. So please make sure that when you are having the internet company come in, it is after you have closed on the home so that we will have the keys to access it. Now, a few other things that you'll have to take care of after you actually settle will be your mailbox. Unless you have a mailbox right out at the front of your home, you will need to take your closing docs to the post office so that they can see you are now the owner of the property, and they will come out and rekey the mailbox and make sure that you have those keys. This does take a little time, so you will want to get in there as soon as you can. The other thing you'll do after settlement is go make sure you have a new driver's license at the DMV and also register your cars in Utah. Now, step 8, I want to encourage you to continue to reach out to me. I am here. I am a resource. I am a friend. Don't hesitate to reach out, because if I can help you, I will. And if I can't, I will connect you with somebody that can. And then, of course, if you're happy with me, please refer a friend or leave me a Google review. Both are great. I am very appreciative when that happens. Now, I know we didn't talk about everything in this. It is a brief overview of the steps that typically happen when I help someone relocate here to Cedar City. Of course, some people choose to come in and rent for a short time while they look. That's fine too. Some people need to sell a home in another state before moving here. We do that also. We will simultaneously close. So please don't think that if you have to do either of those that this is off the table, because it is not. We will work through everything. All right, remember, my name is Elizabeth Prisbrey. I'm with Stratum Real Estate Group. I really would love to help you make a move here or sell if you're already here. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I promise you I will respond. All right, until next time, have a wonderful day.